Okay, so let's talk about the demand curve. Remember the law of demand? The curve is drawn, or it's an illustration of this law. So here we go. There is a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. Right? So the demand curve is a graph showing this negative relationship. But before we continue, this negative relationship or positive relationship, it has a kind of effect on how the graphs of positive and negative relationship looks for between variables. Right? It's really a math thing and not really an econ thing. So if you have a graph and say we have two variables instead of price and QD right now, we have variable A, we have variable B. If there's a negative relationship between variable A and variable B, then the curve for this graph or this relationship will look like that. It will be downward sloping, so either a straight line or however it will be sloping downwards. Right? So this here depicts negative relationship. But if there's a positive relationship between variable A and variable B, then we'll have an upward sloping curve. And this shows positive relationship. And that's just a recap of a little math, right? That is applied in economics. No, so we're going to learn how to sketch a demand curve. And we're going to sketch the demand curve for Susie. Susie's demand for lollipops. And here we have a demand schedule. And this is Susie's demand schedule, right? Because it tells the price and the quantity of lollipops that she'd be willing to buy at that price. And then we can go ahead and sketch the demand curve. So this is how we sketch a demand curve. On the x-axis, we always have the quantity demanded. And on the y-axis, we measure the price of the good. Alright, and this is demand curve. So this is demand curve for lollipops. So on our price axis, we move from 5 to 15. So we can just head it up. 5, 10, 15. On our y-axis, price axis. And then on our x-axis, we have from 2 to 10. So this is the origin 0, 2, doesn't matter how you put it, 6, and 10, for argument's sake. And now we're going to sketch this demand curve. When the price is $5, Susie's quantity demanded is 10. So $5 to 10 for quantity demanded, and this is a point on the demand curve. When the price is $10, Susie's QD is 6. For $10, she only wants to buy 6. When the price is $15, Susie only wants to buy 2. So $15, 2 lollipops. And we connect these dots to give us Susie's demand curve for lollipops. And as you can see, the demand curve is downward sloping because there's a negative relationship between price and QD. And this is Susie's demand curve for a lollipop. And this is how we sketch a demand curve. From the schedule, we just plot on the axis, and the demand curve is downward sloping because of the negative relationship between price and QD. And if you take a look on the schedule, you can see that this schedule is also showing that relationship, because at a price of $5, we want to buy 10, but as price increases to $10, she's only willing to buy 6, and if the price increases more to 15, then she's only willing to buy 2. And if it should go upwards, right, as price falls from 15 to 5, then Susie is willing to buy more from 2 to 10. So that's the relationship. So the schedule will show the negative relationship, and the demand curve, the downward slope of the demand curve confirms the negative relationship between price and the quantity demanded.